Wizards off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Motiejunas and Howard, the post pair. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. Wall attacking. Goes up with it again. And court shot with the stuff.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Harden. Rebound by John Wall. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Dwight Howard. And so Wall nails both of them.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Now, here's Beverly. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Lets the three fly. Good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Wizards have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Thornton. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Beasley. 9 points last game out. Thornton against Harden. Clock at 6. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open. That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
A quick shot there, and it's off target. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, and the foul trouble coming down the stretch. You know, they didn't have the guys on the floor you'd like to have out there, nor could they be as aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and because of the foul trouble, they really didn't want to incur more foul trouble, so they backed off and became passive, and that's no way to play defense.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Sessions kicks to Nene. And he banks in the layup.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Rockets trail by 4. It's stolen by Sessions. In transition, here come the Wizards. And Thornton gets it to go on the assist by Gooden. Thornton's got his second bucket.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Harden's shot is off. Wizards leading by 6. Dudley the pass to Nene. That's tipped. Now Beverly to the paint. Gooden with the steal. Dudley against Ariza. Now here's Dudley. Defense is right there. Here's Nene. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Phoenix.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. And Washington going with a whole new group here. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And
and that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so, it was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
A shot by McDaniels, no good. Wall, no good on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Washington out in front as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. And we'll be back shortly for the start. And a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but it's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
A lot of times the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Oh! Did you see that? Man, oh, man.
You have got to be kidding me.
Clark, talk about taking things into your own hands.
I tell you what, that's one of those plays where you want to get credit for not only the bucket, but also the assist.
Here's Gooden. Cans the 12-footer. And the Wizards lead by 5.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Here's Gooden. Dishes to Sessions. Washington needs to get a shot off here, and that one's good by Gooden.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Dudley. Over to the left wing. Ripped away. And oh, here we go with Brewer. Nobody back. Oh! That was incredible.
You have got to be kidding me.
Clark, talk about taking things into your own hands.
I tell you what, that's one of those plays where you want to get credit for not only the bucket, but also the assist. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Moniunas is checked in for Howard. Ariza comes in for Michael Beasley. James Harden, he's checked in for Brewer. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jason Terry. Gooden with the steal. It's 2-on-1. Here's Dudley. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
The pass to Ariza. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lock at 6. Knocks down the 3 ball. Ariza's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Wizards have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Here's Gooden. Feeds it to Nene. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
Hey, kid, you ready?
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Drew Gooden is checked in for Morris. Dudley comes in for Porter. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
And Harden with the stuff.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does. Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
Stolen by Harden. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
Here's Wall. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Morris a screen. And Wall. Here we go now. Can't get it to go. So Houston will take it the other way. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly. He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
And he gets the bucket.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
McDaniels kicks to Motiejunas. And he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he dies.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Washington shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And so we conclude the first half.
Bradley, it certainly seemed...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They've got the set. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like, oh! Did you see that? Man, oh, man.
How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
The most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys, to perfection. And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Ariza with the stuff.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a...
Look at that. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Harden, rebounded by the Wizards.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Shots good. And it's 8 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Beverly against Wall. Monty and his kicks to Harden. Here's Beasley. Lays it up and banks it in. Beasley's got his second bucket tonight.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And stolen by Ariza. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Out to Sessions. Beasley with the rebound.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender maybe next time.
Here's Capella, and he gets it to go from the high post. And now just a 3-point Wizards lead.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Leaps for it, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
And checking out the stats for Beverly. His last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And, fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully, this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Ariza. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And it's slammed in by Howard.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the Rockets making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Good on the second free throw. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And it's Terry off the drive. Kicks to McDaniels. Pass to Capella. Houston moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. The feed now to Howard. Stolen by Nene. 3 on 3. There's the lob to the hoop. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Rockets trail by 4. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, he came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected. But what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer.
Yes, that's good.
And so it's Houston with it. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Wizards leading by 6. Here's Sessions, and it's McDaniels with the rebound.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much. Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on the team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
Moniunas is checked in for Houston. Harden comes in for Jason Terry. A shot by Harden, wide open. McDaniels passes to Howard. Jacks up a 3. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Harden.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
McDaniels gets to Moniunas. Ring shot on the way, and it's good. Moniunas has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space. Tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Gortat with the steal. 29 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Wall. Oh, that's blocked. Here's McDaniels, and there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And here's Harden for 3. Shot is off. Wall with some nice defense.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a...
Thanks for what's set for the fourth quarter. It's a terrific game so far. Wizards leading by 3. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And, guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Sessions, no good. The Rockets trail. From deep, Harden, and he gets it to go.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Here's Sessions. Drops in the layup for 2.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Well, you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreke Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
Beverly. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. The Wizards with the lead. Sessions dishes to Douglas. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And, you know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract. But it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
And here we go. The Wizards fast break. The 3 from Dudley. And the Wizards hit again from deep. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Wizards?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Screen by Howard. Harden kicks to Beverly. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
There's the pick. Sessions passes to Thornton. 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Howard. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
This is where their depth becomes such an asset, Kevin. He's gone for the remainder of the game, but fortunately, they're able to field a very capable replacement.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Motiejunas is checked in for Capella. Ariza with it. He's picked up by Wall. Beverly against Wall. And that one's good. Beverly. Now it's just a 3-point Wizards lead. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Here's Wall. Off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Deflects the pass. Here's Motiejunas. They get it back. Here's Beverly. Cans the shot from the wing. Beverly's got 8 here in the quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here is Wall. Pulls it up. Again, the miss by Wall.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy, and what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
Here's Beverly. That's short off the rim. Washington has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Wall attacking. They recover it. Gooden dishes the Wall. Sinks it. .46 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Beverly from deep three-point range. Nice D from Wall. Here's Washington. They've led by as much as 10. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession.
We've seen John Wall handling his business. He has 18 points. And he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
Morris is checked in for the Wizards. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Corey Brewer is checked in for Michael Beasley.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. And it's a 9-point ball game here.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Another miss by Houston. Here's Washington. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Wall. Porter against Beverly. Hits the front of the rim and out. Here's Wall. Can't connect. And so it's the Wizards with